Hello and welcome back to the channel where I provide regular cricket content on interesting topics. Today's video is the second of three whereby I am running down who I believe are the greatest test spinners of all time. I have already covered positions 15 to 11, but now we are into the big boys, the top 10. As per my first video on the subject, I think picking spinners is extremely hard. There are a lot of variables in play, including changes to technology, home playing conditions and the quality of surfaces. But with all that said, I have my list and I'm sticking to it. Shall we get cracking? Number 10, Ravi Jadeja. Although he didn't burst on the scene with fanfare, Ravindra Jadeja won the doubters over with his performances and now sits among the elite of Indian spin bowling. This is to the point that in October 2019 he became the quickest left-arm bowler to reach 200 test wickets. India have for a long time had various spinning options at their disposal, and Jadeja has had to contend with Ravi Ashwin for the spotlight. But with time he found himself regularly in the side, helped also by his ability with the bat. His most valuable assets as a bowler are perhaps his fitness and strength, which enable him to bowl consistently for long spells. He bowls quite a flat stock delivery but can also hold it back and give the ball some more air should the conditions support it. He has a number of match-winning performances on his resume. Probably the best from memory was an impressive demolition job of England in Chennai, where he took 7 for 48. This was during the 2016-17 series where he took an impressive 26 wickets. Overall he has an excellent record, having taken 264 wickets at 24.2 and is a worthy addition to this list. Number 9, Bishan Bedi. The purity and perfection of Bedi's art was a aesthetic dream. He was a master of deception who conjured variations in flight, loop, spin and pace without any perceptible change in action. He bowled with a big heart too, challenging the batsman to hit over the top by giving the ball plenty of air, and was a consistent wicket-taker for most of his career. Known to be a gentleman of the game, he was often recounted for applauding batsmen if they played a good shot. Over the course of his career he took 1560 wickets in first-class cricket, and 288 in test matches at a healthy average of 28.7. The cunning Indian had a number of memorable performances, including taking 22 wickets in a short series versus New Zealand in 1976-77. But I want to single out his performance at the Queen's Park Oval in 1976 where he took 8 wickets in the match, up against the might of Viv Richards and Clive Lloyd. Bedi's bowling almost resulted in a historic victory, with the West Indies clinging on for a draw after being outplayed for the vast majority of the match. In recent years he has appeared in the news at times being critical of both the state of the game and singling out particular players. He has a special dislike for the action of a certain Sri Lankan who may appear in the top 5 of this list. Views aside, Bedi is remembered for his glorious action and calm temperament, and he is a worthy addition in this top 10. Number 8, Derek Underwood. Deadly Derek Underwood was one of the most successful spin bowlers in the history of English cricket. He had an outstanding record of 297 test wickets in 86 matches at an average of 25.83. He was particularly known for his ability to bowl on damp pitches, and his slow left-arm orthodox spin proved to be a potent weapon in English conditions. One of Underwood's most memorable performances came in the 5th test of the 1968 Ashes series against Australia at the Oval. Needing to win the match to draw the series after a number of frustrating draws, Underwood produced a sensational spell of bowling, taking 7 for 50 in the second innings. This helped England win by 62 runs and square the series. That spell is widely regarded as one of the greatest bowling performances in the history of English cricket. Underwood's test record includes 17 5-wicket hauls and 6 10-wicket hauls, with his best figures of 8 for 51 coming against Pakistan at Headingley in 1974. According to retrospective ICC rankings, they had him as the number 1 bowler in the world between September 1969 and August 1973. If that's not good enough for him to be in the top 10, I don't know what is. Number 7, Ravi Ashwin. Ravi Ashwin started experimenting with bowling with a tennis ball on the streets of Chennai. From there he would develop an understanding about how to deliver a ball and would go on to become one of India's greatest ever bowlers. He came into the side as Singh was beginning to wane, stamping his mark with 9 wickets in his first test. The off-spinner wouldn't look back as he raced into the record books. Ashwin became the fastest bowler in the history of the game to take 200 wickets, and level with Murali to take 300. At the time of writing he has taken a massive 474 wickets at an average of under 24. He is now 36, so perhaps only has a few years left at test level, but he is in with a chance of being India's leading wicket-taker of all time. Ashwin has bowled India to victory on a number of occasions, but the memory which sticks out to me was his performance over the 2013 Border Gavaskar Trophy series. This was the year when India historically swept the Australians 4-0 with Ashwin being the chief destroyer. During that series he broke the Indian record for wickets taken in a 4-test series, taking 29 wickets at 20 apiece. He would later take 27 Kiwi wickets in 3 tests during their tour of India in 2016. Ashwin is known for his control and variation, with him perfecting the mystery carom ball. Overall Ashwin has an excellent average of 23.9, lower than anyone this side of Murali. Yes, his record is better at home than away, but it's still decent away. For his skill, variation and prolific wicket-taking, Ravi Ashwin is my number 7. Number 6, Anil Campbell. The Indian great can divide opinion, with some believing he is up there with the Warnes of the game. But others say he was not as entertaining or skilled as others to feature in the top 10. He had a unique style of bowling at an almost medium pace speed, but still bowling out of the back of his hand. Whilst this flatter, faster style was difficult to deal with, it meant that he didn't extract as much turn as rivals. At times you could watch him bowling and you'd struggle to notice him turning it at all. But even if it wasn't in your face like a McGill, he would get slight degrees of movement, enough to just take an edge. His extra pace also helped him take advantage of decaying pitches. If he hit a crack, his deliveries would pop at batsmen, taking them by surprise. It is impossible to discuss his achievements without mentioning when in 1999 he took all 10 wickets at Delhi versus Pakistan. I still remember watching myself anxiously, hoping that no one else took the last wicket to spoil the party. He holds virtually every Indian bowling record and took 619 wickets over the course of his Test career at 29.6. Another memorable performance was when the leg spinner bandaged a fractured jaw and toiled away against the West Indies in Antigua. Anil would eventually fulfill a lifetime dream of captaining India in Test cricket, helping them to achieve world number 1 status in the process. For his longevity, control and memorable performances, the Indian legend is a worthy number 6 on this list. So there you have it, from places 10 to 6 contained 4 Indians. I have actually received some comments saying how I am biased against Indians on the channel. I don't know how anyone can say that. I tell it like I see it, and there is no way you can talk about spin bowling without India being at the forefront of the conversations. So anyway, on to the top 5. Who do you think I'll have in there? Without wanting to give the game away, the top 2 are quite easy, but there may be some surprises elsewhere. As ever, thanks for watching everyone.